Hey,
Whoa.
what's up, everybody out there watching?
Here we are in the building one more time, live
Yes,
from the
we
shore to be
are
more.
from the
We
shore to
officially be.
More. Once again, here I am in beautiful Asbury Park on this beautiful Sunday afternoon.
Lucky
And
guy.
DJ Boom, you are.
I'm down here in Baltimore. I'm actually in Arlington, Virginia right now, getting ready to do
Oh,
a silent
sweet,
headphone event. So yeah, I'm down in
sweet.
Arlington making it do what it do. But we still from the shore to be more.
Absolutely. And we all over the place, but we're true to the shore and the More. Understand that. There's going to be
Absolutely.
times that I'm going to be away from Asbury and I'm still going to be on the show, believe it, just like he is right now. And for those who are not
Right.
familiar with silent headphone parties, Boom, explain to them what that is. And first, before you do that, it's very popular and getting more popular, everybody. So you might want to check it out.
So listen, it's simply all of your music is coming through these headphones right here. All of your music will be coming through there. So there'll be
Okay.
no amplified music, basically. So that's the bottom line to it. There's no amplified music. All of your music will be coming through the headphones. And on the headphones, you have the opportunity to switch between whatever genre of music you want to hear, whatever DJ is playing, whatever on a different station. So it's three different stations, three different genres of music, no amplified music, all through the headphones. That's the
And for
silent headphone event.
right, and for everybody out there, if you want to try something different, this is definitely the way to go. I
Absolutely.
promise you will enjoy
Absolutely, because I do 100%. I love these parties.
and you
I
do a
love
lot of
these
them,
parties.
a lot of them.
Yes, yes, yes. But today, guess what? Today is not about myself nor MC Shaheen. Today is about all
Yeah,
of us men, and how we need to get a grip on taking care of ourselves
yes,
fully.
yes,
Not
yes.
sometime, blah, blah, blah. We need to fully take care of ourselves because we can't do nothing for the folks around us, for the folks that we love, if we're not in good health and we're not in good spirit. So we gotta begin to take care of ourselves for sure. So that's what today's show is about.
Yes, yes. And this is a topic that's very serious and very, very important to me as I'm getting older. Boom, you're getting older. We all are. Watching our parents get older, my father and everything. This topic is very important to me for a number of reasons.
I'm
Um,
actually just getting better.
yeah, yeah, I feel the same way sometimes. But recently, I've had some friends, come up with some pretty serious health issues. I had a friend, and this is just a little while ago, maybe I think last week, younger than me. I think 4 to 5 years younger than me, and the brother had a stroke. Stroke.
Wow.
Yeah. That really woke me up. It scared me. I'm gonna be honest. It
Right.
scared me because, like I said, he's younger than me. But he's not the only one. I've have other friends who have had strokes. Some the same age as me, and some of this could have been prevented if
Right.
they were being seen regularly by their doctors, which they were not.
Right.
And that's a problem that really resonates with black men, for a number of reasons. For a number of reasons.
Yeah, we just
And
simply don't do it.
no, we don't. And there's some things to it. There's a fear of doctors. We cannot ignore the fact that black people have had things done to them and have been experimented on by doctors right here in this country over the
Right.
centuries. So there's a fear there. There's also this, I don't know, bravado. I'll say that, or this macho attitude that if you get sick, that you somehow
Right on
You.
time.
a punk or something like that. That's something that's been taught to us as young boys, and unfortunately, that kind of attitude is still out there. And we've got to change that as men, as black men especially. But there's also other issues. when it comes to black men and going to the doctor. Some are socioeconomic issues. We just can't afford it,
Right.
or there aren't good doctors even in our area. Um, so those can even be part of it because going to the doctor can be expensive. And if you don't have insurance in this country, it's almost impossible to see a doctor. Almost impossible. I know in some hospitals, like here in New Jersey, they have what they call emergency care or charity care, where if you don't have insurance, they'll take care of you. You might not get the best care in the world, but they will agree to take care of you if you go to the hospital. At least they have that here. But some states don't even have that, folks. They don't even have
No, they
that.
don't.
No, and it's a shame. So for a lot of people who don't have the money, it's harder for them to see doctors. But I would encourage them to don't let that stop them. I think one of the most selfish things that we could do as men is to not take care of ourselves. I think Boom, you brought that up. Um, our families are dependent on us to be there, and for us not to be taking care of ourselves is one of the most selfish things that we could be doing. Um, I see my doctor.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, I know. I see my doctor annually. I do. I have an annual physical every year because I will go ahead and say it. I am 54. I will be 54 years old this year, and so
54
I
years young. I know that's right.
thank you for that. And so my health is important to me. Now, that being said, I, like a lot of men, do not do everything my doctor tells me. Unfortunately, because of the
Right.
world that we live in, it can be hard to do certain things that you might want to do, like eating healthy. That is a problem, not just for me, but for a lot of people, not just men and women. Eating healthy can be tough because a lot of the food that we're given out here is processed and is just not the best for us. I know in poorer communities, they don't have access to healthy foods like they might have in some more affluent neighborhoods. That's a shame, and that's something that we hope to change. I'd like to see more poor areas get more fruits and fresh vegetables in their grocery stores like they do in other neighborhoods, because that will definitely help.
Right.
Um, oh, absolutely. And so, as we're talking and speaking on these things, to show if anyone has an experience that they want to share, if they want to call in with some kind of advice on how we men can do better at taking care of ourselves, please, we encourage you to call, contact us any way you can. You can reach us on the show from the shore to Be More on YouTube. You can reach us through our phone number 732-440-9314. You could also contact our email, Shaheem at from the shore to be more.info, or DJ Boom at from the shore to be more.info. And we will gladly get you on and talk about whatever situation you're dealing with.
Right.
Um, that being
Absolutely.
said, yes, yes, because like you said before, an issue that affects all men, black and white. I would
Yes.
just want to, yes, yes, and I just want to, and I'm sure you too want to stress the fact to our brothers out there, to African American men, our black men out there, please, if you're not being seen by a doctor, especially if you're an older brother, if you're not seeing a doctor regularly, I would encourage you to do so. Don't be that guy who has a stroke or some major medical episode in the middle of a crowd, or while you're out to dinner with your wife, or something silly, or even just sitting home, and all of a sudden something happens. Don't be that person. All right, go get yourself seen. Finding
Right.
out that there's something wrong with you is not a bad thing. It could be a good thing because you could be catching something before it gets worse. And that's
Right.
exactly what you want to do. So
In the early
Boom and I
stages,
encourage you. Yes,
yes. In the
Boom and I
early
encourage
stages
you out there.
of catching things, that's how basically it's preventative measures. Look at it
Preventative medicine.
as you. You're taking preventative measures on not being able to be here or be around for your family. You know, look at it
Exactly.
like that.
Yes. I mean, I'll use an example. I've had a family member in the past who died from a tumor, cancer, that if they would have went to the doctor sooner, they could have possibly survived it. But by the time, because he knew something was
Right.
wrong, they knew something was wrong and kept trying different little home remedies and things and just living with it until it got to the point that was incurable. You know what I mean? That shouldn't happen. That should not happen in today's world. I mean, there's no excuse for that. Our families need us to be around, gentlemen. We need to do a better job taking care of ourselves, including myself. I don't do everything the doctor told me. I told y'all that. I don't eat exactly what she thinks I should be eating. But one of the main things, and I'll go ahead and use myself as an example, one of the main things that my doctor's always on me about is smoking and drinking. Because unfortunately, at this age, yes, I still smoke and drink. And her concern is always the smoking first. Um, Absolutely telling me to quit that. And the drinking, even that. My doctor's on me about that. I'm at that age where my body doesn't process alcohol the way it used to, and it's just not good. It's just not
Right.
good to drink the way I do. And so I'm fighting to get that in check. I am for my wife and kids. And I know she's tuning in, probably listening, but I'm definitely trying. I'm working on it. You know, I'm a work in progress. And listen, brothers, we can do it all together. I know there's certain things that you need to be better at. And look, tune in, talk about it, and we can do it together, one day at a time, 1 week at a time, and overcome these issues because there's a bigger picture. You know, I just had my first grandchild uh, in September, and I want to be around for my baby girl.
Right.
Absolutely, I am not leaving anytime soon if I can help it. And so, even though I feel strong, I feel great, life is good for me. Yeah, my health could be better, and so that's something I'm going to work on. Um, Before we jump into every health issue that's bothering me, because there's a lot. There's diabetes, there's heart disease, there's stroke, there's cancer. Um, even things as crazy as it is, but if we're going to talk about it, we're going to talk about it. Even things like erectile dysfunction. There's all kinds of health issues that men have as they get older, and we can talk about all of that. Before we jump into full steam, though, I want to get some announcements out the way because sometimes Boom and I get into these shows and we get to rocking and we get to talking and we forget to talk about we
Right.
forget to talk about certain other things. So I want to make sure that I touch base on certain other things too. I want to thank everybody for their support and their love and for viewing and all the likes and comments. Boom and I greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate it. We see the
Absolutely.
show. Yeah, yeah, right, Boom?
Absolutely. Straight from the
We
heart.
from the heart, from the heart. We see the show growing. We see who's paying attention and who's not. Listen, we don't expect people to tune in every Sunday, but we encourage you to please tune in. We'll try to get the best topics out there for you. But not just tune in and like the page. We also would encourage you to please subscribe. Subscriptions are free, people. There's no excuse not to subscribe. Subscribe to the page, and subscriptions help Boom and I immensely. So please, as you're tuning in, just click down on that little button down there on your right and subscribe to the show. I also want to thank some of our biggest supporters. You know who you are. I don't have to shout you are out. Thanks for tuning in on every Sunday and checking us out and making us a part of your Sundays. We really appreciate that. I also want to talk about my son. My son, he is the guru to all things anime and cosplay, and he has his own page. And I encourage you, if you're into that, and if you're into comics and superheroes, as I am, and my son are, tune into his page. It's Tyrone Boyd 5513 on Instagram. and he would love to talk to you about all things anime. Trust me when I tell you. I know, Boom. We also want to introduce a new segment to the show. You want to do the honors?
So we're working on a new, as we build the show, we're working on all types of new things, make it
Yes,
a better product for you guys to tune in and want to tune
yes,
in every Sunday. So last week, for our Memorial Day show, we shouted out our military personnel, family, things of that nature. And so I got a wonderful feedback from the fact that we had my aunt on, to give her insight on the different family members that I wasn't fully aware of, where they've been, what they've done. And she was. So, per that feedback, we want to capitalize on that, and we may be starting a segment called Ask Aunt Debbie. We'll have her on the
yes,
show on Sundays, and you guys can call in, you can text in, you can send us messages if you got questions for Aunt Debbie, and she'll answer your questions for you.
yes, yes, people. And it should be really cool. Y'all gonna want to tune in for this. Because Aunt Debbie always got something good to say.
Yes, she does. I
Always,
love it.
always got something good to say. So I would encourage you guys to tune in for that one.
Absolutely love it. But yeah, it's gonna be fun. We're gonna make the show fun. Again, like my cousin said, we're talking about men's health, and even people that I've known. A friend of mine, his brother recently heart attack. Young man, he's out.
Wow,
I think he
wow,
might have turned 50 already. I think. And then
wow.
another friend of mine, her brother just passed away from, from heart failure. Once again, another young man, not even 50 years old yet, you guys, and they
Right,
not here no more.
right.
You
People should
know,
not be losing their lives that early. It doesn't have to happen, people. Please go see your doctors. Please, they can help you. They're not there to hurt you. And I would say this too: if you're not comfortable with the person that you're seeing or the doctor that you're seeing at the time, go see another one. Get a second opinion on your diagnoses too. If you feel that maybe the doctor might be missing something, go get a second opinion. There's nothing wrong with that. We're talking about your life. Your
right?
life. Before we even jump in further, though, I just want to say this real fast, Boom, and then we could go right into it. I want to talk about this is another health issue, but not dealing with men, dealing with baby. I want to talk about the current issue with baby formula in this country. I mean,
Oh
this
wow,
this what people are dealing with. And I'm bringing it up because I have a granddaughter, and my daughter and her husband are having the same issue that a lot of parents out there are having right now, in that they can't find the right baby formulas for their children. Which in the richest country in the world, that is an absolute ridiculous situation to be in. You know, I don't care who's to blame anymore. I just know it needs to be fixed. It just
absolutely,
needs to
quick,
be fixed. And until it does, the only way people that we're going to get by this is as a community. And I say that to say that we have to do this as a coalition. We have to reach out to each other. If you know of a certain brand somebody needs and you might know where it's at, let that person know. If you need a certain brand and you're looking for it, you don't know where to find it, you can reach out to me or the Boom on this show, and we will help connect you to somebody who has it. Now, that being said, the brand that my daughter might be looking for is this brand here. So for people out there, if anybody out there is watching, knows where you can find this brand baby formula, please contact me immediately at the show. All right, you can contact me. I gave all the information early, but I'll say it again right here from the Shore to Be More on YouTube. You can contact me through my email, Shaheem at from the shore to be more.info. You can also call 732-440-9314 because it is very important to me and my daughter that we try to get this food because she's running low. All right. Now, that's not the only thing. I know other people that are running low on other brands of formula, and I'm going to put them up. Give me 1 second here. And I'm going to put them up too. So if anybody out there sees this particular brand, I want you to contact me too. Okay. If anybody sees this particular brand out there, I need you to contact me because I know people that need it. All right. Also, I need this brand in not just the powder form, but the other form too. And again, just contact us at the show. We'll make sure the people that needs it gets it. All right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, because it's a crisis right now. You would never think something like this would happen in a country like this. You know, it's
Yeah.
absolutely ridiculous, and heads need to roll. But we can talk about all that once we get the babies fed. Once we get the babies fed, we can go into all that. But the most important thing is that we get this formula to the people that need it. All right, now we can dive head first into this. And one of the first
I'm ready
issues
when you
that
are.
one of the first
Put it
issues
right there.
that I noticed affect a lot of black men, even some of my own family members, is diabetes. You know, I know quite a few people who are dealing with diabetes right now, and you know, watching their blood sugar and things like that. You know, the people that I know are doing well, but I have known people in the past who have actually lost limbs because of this. Diabetes is a serious issue amongst us people, and it's something that we have to pay attention to. So again, let's go to those doctors. Let's get checked out. Get checked for diabetes. Catch it early. Catch it early. The longer it goes, the worse it's going to get for you. And
No, they could
follow
drive
the
them.
information that the doctor
Something like
gives you.
that. Yeah, we
He
can.
or she is
Fine.
trying to save your lives. All right. So please go see your doctors. That being said, as you go see your doctors, there's certain things that affect all men as we get older. Um, you know, colon cancer is a big one, and so is prostate cancer. So now, folks, I have to tell
Don't
men,
don't don't
all
you
the
be
men out
missing
there,
that.
as you start reaching the age of 50 years old, it is super important that you go get a colonoscopy. You have to go get a colonoscopy because if there's something going on there, the doctor can catch it early and you do not have to die from it. Okay? Go get a colonoscopy if you are creeping up on the age of 50 or if you have a family history of health issues with that. Go get it sooner if you have a family history of illness when it comes to colon cancer. Okay? Go earlier. Another thing, as you start approaching 50, I think the age might be 45. As you get to 45, get your prostate checked. All men need to have their prostates checked and do it early. There's no need for you to die for something preventable as prostate cancer. It's not preventable, excuse me, but it's something that you don't have to die from. The doctors can cure it or deal with it. All right. So go see your doctors and go see them early, please. I have had mine. I've already had mine. It's uncomfortable. I agree. It's not the most favorite thing to do, but it's something that's important. You have to have it done. So buck up, get the courage, whatever you need to do, go get it done. It's super important. Another thing that men tend to die from, especially African American men, is heart disease and stroke. We've already talked about the people that we know who have had strokes. I told you about my friend earlier, who's 4 or 5 years younger than me and had a stroke. Now, luckily, his stroke wasn't a severe one. Excuse me, and it's looking like he's going to be okay. But he was one of the lucky ones because I know people who have died from having strokes and done it suddenly. It happened sudden. You could be sitting there talking to someone, and all of a sudden, boom, you're having a stroke. It could happen that quickly. So I would encourage people not to only just go to your doctors, let them have the right test done on you, but do your best to follow the information that your doctors are going to give you. All right? I'm not the best at it, but I will tell you this. I take my medication daily. Yes, I have issues that I'm dealing with. Luckily, none severe because my doctor caught them. And I'm going to be fine. But I take my medication religiously. All right. So if the doctor's prescribing you medicine, it ain't doing you no good sitting in your medicine cabinet. You have to take it. All right. Make it part of your routine. For me, it's the morning time. For me, in the morning is when I take that time as I'm getting ready for work to take my medications. All right. And wherever you need to fit it in your routine, you need to do that. And when you're talking about heart disease, I don't eat all the right things that I do, but I try to watch at least some of the things I do. I try not to eat so much fatty food or greasy food. Or I try, hard as it is to stay away from steaks, I try to limit the amount of red meat that I take in. But I do love a good steak, I gotta admit. Whew. But I try to limit the amount that I eat. I'll eat a steak maybe once every 2 weeks now, where I would eat one every 3 days.
I can't even tell you the last time I ate a steak. I
Well, good for
probably eat
you though.
steak.
I mean, because at the end of the day, as good as it is, it's not the best thing for you.
Well, you know what's funny? Nothing is the best for you, actually. But
Not these days, no.
um, I, like you said, I just limit what I eat. It's not like I stop. I don't stop. I just put limits on it.
Put limits on it.
Where before I would eat even lamb. I love lamb. I love lamb
Me
with my
too.
whole heart and soul. But I started putting limits on how much lamb I eat and
Mm.
how much I'm drinking. I might not even drink
You talking about
the
alcohol?
liquor. Yeah, I might not even drink
That
the liquor. I might get a wine cooler instead of
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
liquor,
Well, look, Evan, you know
or
me, so
sipping
I
on
could
some
talk
wine.
about it. I'm not trying to hide from nothing. I'm not ashamed of what I do. I drink a lot of alcohol. I'm not an alcoholic, people. So don't think that you'll never find me, laid out on the side. I'm not an alcoholic. My problem is I drink every day. You know, I drink
Right.
every day. Not till I fall out, but I have a drink every day. And my doctors warned me about that. Oh man, a number of times. But I'm trying. I'm trying to get like you, where all right, if I'm going to have something, maybe it's not something that's strong. You know, my doctors even brought up, things like Alcoholics Anonymous and stuff like that. I'm not there yet. I've known people who've had issues with alcohol, who have gone through that program and had great success with it. Great success with it. But that's not for me. I'm not there yet. But I do need to do better at that. And I'm working on it. You know, and back to diet though. I'm not get caught up too much of myself. Back to diets. For those out there who think that eating chicken and fish is your best answer, yeah, it's better, but it's not totally the right answer. For one thing, the chicken that we get from the supermarket is full of stuff like steroids and things. It is
Right.
practically processed in a way. You know, if we could see what they pump these chickens with to get them to grow faster, man. Mm. And in some cases, fish can be full of mercury and things like that. So you have to be careful there too.
Well, fish, people kill me with because I don't eat seafood, and I don't eat seafood because of being allergic to seafood. But people, oh, you don't know what you're missing. And those same people that will eat seafood on a daily will condemn someone for eating beef or condemn someone for eating pork, especially pork. Oh, you eat pork? Da, 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 da. Listen,
I eat pork.
if you listen, me too. But if you condemning people for eating pork because of the pig don't sweat and the pig eats all its junk and blah 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 blah,
Uh,
most of the seafood that you guys eat, I hate to tell you, is bottom feeder seafood, bottom feeder creatures
Lobsters,
like
shrimp,
crabs,
shellfish, crabs.
lobster, shrimp. They bottom feeders. They eat the poop. They
They
eat
the
the crap
garbage men of the
in
sea.
the right. So before you start to try to condemn somebody for what they eat, you probably should take a look at what you eat and how much you consume, thinking you're better than somebody else because you're not.
Mm,
I know you want to think that, but you're not. That's
no.
that's the reality. And if you don't believe me, look it up. It is what it is.
you just have to be. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right, and you just have to be careful what you eat. And I know we're having seafood tonight. We're having salmon. My wife loves
Right,
salmon.
right,
Um, Salmon's healthy for you, but again, you got to watch what you're doing. You
right.
know,
Because too much of anything is no good for you. So it's a
right?
balance. Everything is a balance. When you run across the astrology sign, the Libra is a scale, and when a Libra scale
Mm.
is tipped, they different people, whether they're excellent, great, or horrible tip scales. Everything is a balance. We need to create a
Right,
balance with what we eat, what we drink, what we do,
a
how we
healthy
exercise.
balance.
Because too much exercise is not good for you. You know
No,
what I mean? It's
no,
like we need to
no.
create that balance, and
But
you
I
need
also
to
would
you
encourage
need
people
to
to exercise, though. I'm glad you brought that up,
absolutely.
especially as you get older. Don't plop your butt on that couch every day and we watching TV and you're not getting up and moving.
And you could do basic exercise. You don't have to go to the
Mm,
gym exercise. You don't have
yes,
to go out jogging exercise. It's just taking a walk around the block exercising. It's simple things you can do to exercise. I got these rubber bands, what I call them, and I'll
mm,
sit in a chair and I put them on my feet and I'll just go at it. You know what I mean? You don't have to do a whole lot to exercise.
no.
Get a bike, ride a bike. If you want to ride a bike, get on the bike and ride a bike down the street and come back. That's
It's it's
exercise.
it's the movement that's the most important thing. A famous person once said, "A body in motion stays in motion. A body at rest stays at rest." I don't want to be
Yes,
at rest because you know what
no,
rest means.
right.
And I don't want to be that. So I do encourage people, please get up, take those walks. You know, if you can do a couple sit-ups or get the bands like Boom have, but most importantly, do something. Get some form of exercise. That's one thing I don't have a problem with. I get plenty of exercise. I get plenty of exercise, and I thank God for that. You know,
Your body will definitely say thank you.
Yeah, but you know what though? I get plenty of exercise, not even intentional, because I don't know. For those who've been tuning in week after week and watching the show, you might have noticed I cannot sit still for nothing. I am a hyper person. I'm always moving. I'm touching this. I'm doing that, or whatever. I'm jumping in your face. I cannot sit still. That's why I'm doing it. I'm not a crazy person. You see me swiveling in my chair and doing all that. It's because I have always been hyper. I cannot sit still. I drove my poor mother crazy, but my mother put up with it. and that's why I'm always moving. Just so people know I'm not crazy. No, I'm just a very active
Oh,
person to this day.
I've been accused of the same thing. Like you just can't sit still, and sitting still will. I don't know. Sitting still is just like I need to be doing something. There's something more that needs to be done. I don't know anybody for what I'm striving for, what I'm looking to do in my life. I don't know anybody who sat still and became rich. And
Yeah.
what I mean by rich is not necessarily the money aspect of it. It's all the way around. The
Mm,
success, the happiness, blah blah blah. I don't know nobody that sat still
mm,
and they achieved all of that.
mm.
Nobody. So
Yeah.
I can't sit still. I'll sit still when it's time to sit still.
No. It's
I'm still and I'm
physically
gonna keep moving.
impossible for me to sit still for long periods of time. Now, don't get me wrong. I can sit in a chair. It's physically impossible for me to sit still for long periods of time. It's just
Plus, I can't
impossible.
even sleep late. I can't even sleep late. I will go. Let's just say I get in from a gig at 1 in the
Oh, I'm glad
morning.
you brought up sleep. That's a good one.
That's another thing that contributes to men's health. A significant amount of sleep, but I
Yes,
can't.
that's extremely important.
I can go to sleep at 2 a.m. and I'll be back up at 6, 7 o'clock. I know people that be sleep till noon. My body won't allow me to sleep until 12 o'clock.
No,
I can't do
no.
it. I don't care if I try. Now I
I,
can
I
wake
could,
up and go
yes,
back to sleep, but no, I can't just sleep from the night before all the way up to 11, 12, 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I can't do it.
yeah, I can confess I don't get enough sleep, and sleep is important. Sleep is
It's
important. They say that you're supposed to get at least 8 hours of sleep.
Hours.
That's impossible for me to do. I don't even know how I could work that out. I will not sleep for 8 hours. I can probably do 6 at the most.
Without
And then,
without your body naturally waking you up, or like an alarm waking you up.
you know what's the craziest thing about, no, I never use an alarm. My body naturally wakes up. But the craziest thing about it is I wake up throughout the night all the time, incrementally. I'll
One
wake
of
up at
the
least 2 or 3 times during the night and have to lay myself back down.
one of the factors in that is probably the bed. The bed itself is a factor in that. Try sleeping with an air purifier.
I could try
Also,
that, but this is something I've dealt with all my life. So I've already tried a lot of different things, you know. If someone could call in and if they have suggestions like you just had, or I've never used an air purifier before, I've tried to listen to common noises. I've tried everything, you know. Um, I don't know why, but I can't sleep straight through the night. That's something I
yeah,
can't
no,
do.
yeah, no. I'm definitely gonna wake up, even if it's so much as to go to the bathroom. Definitely
Well,
gonna
there's
wake
that
up.
too.
I'm
Yeah,
most certainly gonna wake up for sure.
yeah, yeah. And so I would like to do better on that. I'm this short of taking medicine, some kind of maybe over the counter medication for. I don't know, because I don't like to take medications. I hate to take medicines. I don't want to do that. But if as I'm getting older, I need more sleep. If I can't get the sleep I need, I will go that route. Um,
I don't indulge in medicine per se.
mm,
I do. I don't know. Like I would like for instance, I drink apple cider vinegar, a
I've
shot.
seen you take that, and that's tough because it don't taste good. Boom.
No, no, it does not.
But what are the health benefits of taking it?
Oh, it's tremendous health benefits. First of all, it's apple cider vinegar, and then it's honey. So it's apple cider, honey, and ginger mixed. And then I have honey. I mean, yeah, I have honey and turmeric mixed, apple cider vinegar. Then I have uh, honey and cinnamon and honey and orange. You'll actually have to look up the factors, the health factors of ginger. Well, ginger it burns fat. One,
I know it helps my
uh,
stomach. I know that much.
right. It'll settle your stomach.
Woo!
Turmeric helps with inflammation, things of that nature. And honey does as well. So
Really?
there's a lot of health factors in it. So I do stuff like that. Now I have my men's one a days vitamins.
Yeah.
Being a black man, I'm deficient in vitamin D,
Mm,
and that's a black people thing. Period.
mm,
So I need to take vitamin D,
mm,
for different reasons. Because again, Google, look up what vitamin D is good for, and go in there and take it. We're in no way, shape, or form doctors. We're not medical personnel. We're not anything. We're just two cousins that want to bring y'all information to help with this rising pandemic of men not taking care of themselves. We're
But
just
that's
not.
why we're encouraging people to go see their doctors.
Right. Right.
Go talk to them. They'll tell you what's up. They're not gonna hold back. They're gonna give you the truth, whether you like it or not.
Right. And I call it a pandemic on purpose. I know people are like it's an epidemic. It's a pandemic. It really is. It's just not on the national scale yet where people are gonna make it a big deal, but I'm making it a big deal because it's coming too frequently. Too
Mm.
frequently, we're hearing about young men dying, even when the pandemic hit, and a lot of people were
And
passing
not
away
not just
from
from violence.
COVID. You know what I mean? They were, what is happening is we have a lot of underlying issues going on with our bodies that we have no idea what's going on. And then when
Mm.
COVID hit, COVID exposed those underlying issues that we
I
was
think
going through.
so.
So,
I think one of them is that we didn't touch on is obesity.
oh yeah, that's major.
Major.
That's major.
People in this
That's
country are
major.
heavy now,
That's major.
and it's the
Yeah,
norm.
and they don't take it serious,
No,
because you'll see shows like My 600 Pound Life or The Family by the Ton. You see these type shows, and you think, oh, I could just do blah 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 blah.
What?
Um,
I cannot even watch that. I
I watch it.
tried. I can't even watch that, so I don't even get that part of it. Has any of those people actually
Yeah.
went on and lost all that weight? Do you know?
Yeah. Yeah. If you look at if you're able to look up, go to Where Are They Now? My 600 Pound Life, and you'll see a lot of them were successful with losing the weight and didn't have the skin surgery, they have excess skin removed and all that type
Wow.
of stuff. But yeah, they go through a lot, but take preventative measures. I mean, can you fathom being? I always say, so you see, I seen one guy with 700 pounds. I said,
How can a human being even be that heavy?
can you imagine losing 400? You lost 400 pounds, but you
Oh,
still weigh 300 pounds.
still weigh 3,
Like,
yeah.
wow, like
Still
what?
weigh 3. That's incredible.
You lost two
Incredible.
humans.
Oh yeah, pretty much. Obesity is a huge problem, and it's that obesity that leads to some of these very health things that we're talking about, the diabetes and the heart disease. A lot of that comes from obesity.
Yep, yep,
Some
absolutely.
people ain't just a little overweight. Some people are a lot overweight.
I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, you are no, you're fine. You're borderline diabetic,
Mm.
and we got a family member that told me the same thing when he went to the doctor. And I just flat out told him, I'm not even accepting that as a diagnosis. Like, I'm not even, it is what it is at the end of the day. I'm not even accepting that because a lot of things, too, is mind over matter. You hear these things, and now your mind is going into, oh, I might have diabetes. I might have diabetes. Or I might have da da da. The mind is a powerful thing, whether people want to acknowledge that or not. It's
Mm.
extremely powerful.
Mm.
I told him I'm not even going to acknowledge that. And here we are, almost, yeah, literally 10 years later, because that was 2012.
Mm.
And when I go to the doctor, my doctor is just like, it ain't nothing wrong with you. No, I don't see nothing. I don't hear no talk about. And guess what, y'all? I
Mm.
haven't changed nothing.
Mm.
All I did was cut back on stuff. That's not changing. I didn't stop eating this. I didn't stop doing that. I didn't
Yeah.
stop. I've been stopped drinking soda. I haven't drank soda in
Oh, I'm not a fan of soda.
goodness knows how long. So I've been
Once in a
stopped doing
while,
that.
because it goes so well with certain things like pizza. Once in a while, we'll have soda, but you will not see soda as a regular thing in my house.
It's crazy.
We,
I'll
we,
sip on a wine cooler. I don't eat pizza no more either. I cut the cheese.
but I'm in Jersey. They ain't no getting away from no pizza. I'm in Jersey. No way.
Yeah, I cut
All
that
these
too.
Italians around here, ain't no way.
Once you start to factor in the allergies from eating dairy, you just pretty much will stop. That's what I'm gonna say. The allergies that come from eating it.
I'll let you
I
know the
actually
secret.
OD'd recently on cheese. I had some macaroni and cheese, and then I had some eggs with cheese in it, and then I had something else with cheese. I had a cheeseburger, blah 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 blah. And now all of a sudden I see how I'm breaking out with these rashes and all this other type of stuff. Where when I cut it out, when I wasn't doing it at all, I wasn't experiencing these allergies. And that's all this is. This eczema is an allergy. Asthma
I'll let
is an allergy, whether you know that or not.
I'll let you in on a little secret, cuz I'm actually lactose intolerant. And I still eat a
Most of
pizza.
us are. Most of us are. But
And,
we
and
but
I
we
will still eat
continue.
that pizza and I will take it. I will take it like a soldier.
Nope. Nope.
But I haven't had a milkshake in decades. The only milk I can consume is Lactaid. And even when it comes to cheese, I have to be smart about the amount of cheese that I'm dealing with. Otherwise, yeah,
It's
I'm
nothing
gonna have
but
a problem.
almond or oat milk. That's it. Almond or oat
Almond
milk.
or
I
oat
don't
milk.
do no. as far as milk goes, no lactate, no none of that. That's still dairy. You're still feeding your body allergies doing that. I would cut that and go to almond milk or oat milk,
I've tried that.
rice milk.
I didn't like it. And then you're talking to a kid. For us who grew up in our age group, when we were kids, we sit in front of that TV Saturday morning with that big bowl of cereal, boy, watching them
Right.
cartoons, man, every
But
Saturday morning.
now
So
let
I
me tell
grew
you,
up. You
let me tell
remember
you
those
what you're
days?
touching on though. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you what you're touching on though. You're touching on what is a habit.
Mm.
It's not that the milk is good because milk really has no flavor, to be honest with you. If you
It's
just
always
drink
good
milk
with
by
certain
itself,
stuff.
it has no right. So when people say, "Oh, it's nasty," well, milk, you're drinking milk, and milk has no flavor. You know what I mean? So it's I mean, almond milk is nasty. Okay, you don't have to drink almond milk. It's perfectly fine. They
Mm.
got rice milk, they got oat milk, they got all types.
They
You can't
do.
tell me you don't like oat milk because oats you eat oatmeal. It's
It
like
ain't the
what?
same. Don't. Yeah. Oh yeah, it ain't the same. But I'm
What
glad
we
we're
what,
talking about food though,
yeah, but
because
what we do as humans though, cause we create habits. We live off of habits. That was a habit. We get up, we get the cereal bowl, we get the cereal, we get the milk, we sit there. This is a habit. We live off of habits. Almost everything we do is habit. Us on Main Avenue was a habit. We got up, we did this every day. Da, da, da. It was a habit. And to break those habits is tough. It's hard.
it
So
could be. But
most of the things most of the things we're talking about is habit forming stuff. It's a habit. You're habitual with doing this. It's not a
mhm.
bad thing. It doesn't make because you use certain words that people are oh no. It's not that it's bad. It's just habitual. So we're used to you got used to
But
eating the
well, I'm gonna touch
cereal.
on that a little further though, because with some things, yeah, I agree, you're right. But with some other things, you know what? Some other things are just damn delicious. Let's go there.
Oh
Some
yeah,
things are just delicious, bro. And healthy food, and I'm gonna be the first to touch on it. Healthy food ain't always the most tastiest.
it's not. But again, we're talking about habits because I think a
I'm
lot of it
talking about
is.
taste too.
Right. No, but I think a lot of it is because you could have two different people,
Mm,
one person eating sweet cereal, the other
mm,
person eating cereal with no sugar, and they think that's delicious. But
mm.
the other person saying, that's nasty because there's no sugar in it. What happened was we started eating that. Now our brains
Yeah,
have been affected by the fact that we're eating the
I can
sugar, and the
agree to
sugar
that
is good.
because I know
You know?
families that raise their kids with no sugar, and they
Mhm.
won't even eat sweets because they're not used to it.
So everything is habit. Everything is habit forming. Even in our
Cause
households, growing up as young men, we were taught to
yeah,
be tough. You fall, get up. It's a habit now that has formed in being tough. And
mm,
back to the men's health thing, that's why we feel like we're not going to go to the doctor because that says we're punks or we're admitting something is wrong with us
yeah,
or
I touched
blah,
on
blah,
that.
blah, blah, blah.
That stigma.
Yes, admit something's wrong with you and go see what's going on.
Yeah, yeah,
If you
give
don't
shake
think
that
nothing's wrong
stigma.
with you, go see what's going on. Just go get a checkup.
Let me just pause for 1 second, cuz I know we're talking about men's health, but I just want to touch on this because one of our aunts was recently in the hospital.
Hmm.
And so I wanted to touch on that and reach out to our aunt and to our cousins. They know who they are.
Right.
We hope everything is going well. We're all praying for a speedy recovery. And we all hoping and praying for the best. And I just wanted to make sure we touch base on that.
Absolutely.
You know,
Absolutely.
I want to see my aunt get better. I definitely want to see my
For
aunt
sure.
get better.
For
Yeah, yeah.
sure.
So I just want to mention that.
Yeah, but yeah,
Yeah, but back
if
to
you honestly, if you honestly sit back and look at it, it's almost everything we do in this life is a habit. It becomes a habit. It became
it
a
can.
habit in some way, shape, or form,
Yeah.
and habits can be broken.
Well,
Like
when
you
it,
said, you're smoking cigarettes. If you don't want to smoke cigarettes anymore, you ain't gonna smoke them anymore.
you want to know what's crazy? I really don't smoke cigarettes. I smoke weed.
Oh well,
That's what I smoke.
that's
I
not a
smoke a cigarette. I might have one.
so
One, and that's
okay.
only if
So
I'm drinking something. I might have one. You'll never see me go out and buy a pack of cigarettes. I think that's ridiculous. They're way overpriced, first of all, and now you got 20 reasons to die. You know what I mean? So if I happen to smoke a cigarette, it only because I've been drinking and I might have one. That's it. And I might even break that one in half. I'm not a big fan of cigarette smoking. If I walk into a room full of smoke or come into a car that someone's been smoking in, it'll trigger my allergies and I'll start sneezing. So I'm definitely not a fan of cigarette smoke. But
Right.
weed's a different story. I do smoke cannabis. You know.
That's not. I'll say the only unhealthy factors in that is if is what you're smoking it with. If you're
Ah,
just doing it, if you rolling it in the tobacco paper and all of that, that's where the
that's where you're
issues
gonna
come in.
run into issues.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. It's most cleaner if you're smoking it out of a bong
I'm
or
up
something,
and
pipe or
rolling.
something like that.
It's
You know
music
what I
already
mean? But
playing.
yeah, if you're rolling it up in cigar papers and stuff like that, people out there, cannabis users, if you don't know, uh, it's not the best for you when you do that.
Right.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And if I do indulge, I choose to have the plain, the plain, put it in the bong
yeah,
sort of thing, and
yeah,
and go at it like that. Other than
yeah,
that,
yeah,
and I'm not gonna try to be a goody two shoes and say I've never done it that way, but I have, with other people,
hmm
I'll indulge in that way, but I don't fully indulge in
yeah,
that way,
yeah. No, I get it.
or I eat
Listen, ain't no shame
occasional
in my game.
edible.
I've been smoking pipes since I was 13, 14. I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
You know, and throughout all these years, but now I'm older. My body just can't absorb these things anymore. So I've got to start slowing down. My doctor's been on me, and I'm glad she's not watching this show.
Right.
Or hopefully she don't catch it because I'm going to be seeing her soon. I've been getting text messages from her office that it's time for me to go in for my annual. So I got to go do that as soon as possible.
Cool. And
Oh
listen,
yeah,
go do it. 'Cause I'm about to do
I
it again
definitely
too.
got to do it because you know, my body's changing. I can't even eat the same things that I used to eat as a young man. You know, and that's true. It just my body just can't do it anymore.
Like the cereal that you're talking about. I can't. Be like, what? Why was I eating this stuff? What is
No,
happening?
I got a box of cereal in my refrigerator right now, and it's all mine.
Like I used to kill Captain Peanut Butter Captain Crunch, man.
Oh, you really
Are you
want to talk
kidding me?
about it, boy? I used to like. Let me see.
Woo!
What's the ones with the little cookies? I forgot the Cookie Crisp. I used to get
Cookie
them.
Crisp.
Captain Crunch was another one of my favorite. Frosted Flakes. Oh my God.
I think that was a little bit of everybody's favorite.
Frosted, and I throw the bananas in it. Oh, come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Somebody call in and help me out.
Right.
Let the
I think
people know. Y'all know. Oh, wow. Wow. We got to run our mouths. We didn't even put up no music.
this was one of them topics, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no, no. It's a serious day. It it, it,
right.
it is a serious day, and I'm
And
hoping
then
and praying as many men tune in. I mean, the ladies out there, get your men to listen up and be open about what's going on with him and his health. You know, whatever's
just sit
going
down
on
and
with him,
talk to
you
them.
should know. You should know too. You know, ain't none of that. Ain't no more of that. Oh well, I'm just going to suffer in silence. Negro, please,
Absolutely not. Because what's going
no.
to happen is you're going to leave your family
Mm.
technically suffering on the fact that you made poor decisions with your life.
Hello.
You know what I mean? When we sit around talking about, no, well, it's my life. Yeah, I hear you. But will you feel like that when you're a paraplegic and the person you were saying, it's my life too, is saying, well, I got a life because I'm not a paraplegic. I can go and do this and I can do that. You know what
Mm.
I mean? Are your sentiments going to be the same, saying, well, it's my life. Well, I can make a choice. We got to die from something. Okay.
Most stupidest things I
So,
ever heard. And I'm glad you touched on that. And that's another thing. People out there, especially my African American people, my black people, please get some life insurance. Please get some life insurance, man. There are policies out there that are so affordable, that are not that expensive. No one said you got to have $1 million policy, but you should have at least enough to cover your own funeral. At
right,
least that amount. So I
right.
would encourage, please go get some life insurance. Don't leave your people running around trying to scrap every little dime and nickel together so that they can give you a decent funeral. Also, I don't know if you notice, people, but when you pass away, especially those who might pass away from an illness, not only are your people left to mourn and deal with that, the fact that you're gone, but they also have to deal with those medical bills. Those
Yes.
bills don't just go away. The
Mm-hmm.
hospital don't say, "Oh, he's not there no more. We don't want our money." That's not the way it works.
They still want their Skrilla.
They still want their money, and your people gonna get stuck with that. So I would
Yep.
encourage everybody, please go out there and get a life insurance policy. My wife and I have one. We're getting one for our son, and just about everybody I know in my family is covered. Get your butts covered, please.
Talk to Gregory. Talk to Gregory Dunlap Financial.
Oh wow, yeah, they could do that. They could do that. Absolutely. Whatever you do, just make sure you go out and get yourself a policy. It's so very important. You know, some policies can benefit you financially, as you can borrow against some of these policies and things like that. You don't know that. See, you got to look into these things, people. Don't be uneducated about your health or life insurance. Go out there, get the information, and get it.
So you turn the power on at the bottom.
And now, as people can see, the time we done ran our mouths so much, the time is actually ticking down.
That switch right here. So you can change to 3 different channels.
But I think we touched on a lot of good things. I hope that some of the things that Boom and I touched on it's going to help some people out there. I really do, because that was our intention. We want to make people aware of issues that may come up as they get older, especially our brothers out there. And we want to make sure that people know that they need to go see their doctors.
Like Kumo D said, go see the doctor.
I remember that song. That was a hit too. Boom, you want to tell everybody what you got going on for the week?
Listen, man, same old every week. Every Wednesday, I'm at Loafers Lounge in Catonsville from 9 to 12. And then on Fridays, I am at the Olive Branch in Reisterstown from
delicious
8 to
food.
12. From 8 to 12, I am there. And if you need a DJ for your events, if you want a silent headphone event, you can also hit me up for those, because I go everywhere. It doesn't matter. I go all over the place.
Yes.
Jersey, from the shore to Bmore, literally.
Yes. Yes, everywhere for your events.
Let's make it do what it do.
Marriages, college parties, whatever you need to get done. Make sure you reach out to them.
Divorce parties, they getting popular.
They have those too now, right?
Yeah.
Give them your info.
Reveal parties, like I'll be like, wow.
Oh yeah, I forgot about those.
We finding any reason to party now, but it's all good. If you want to pay me, I'm in.
Make sure you give them your info, Boom.
Oh, y'all follow me at the official DJ Boom on Instagram. Of course, you can follow us here from the shore to Bmore.
Yes, you can.
You know what I mean? And then you can follow me on Facebook at this regular old DJ Boom. I'm on it.
Yeah, there you go. And as I said earlier, you can reach me on this page, or you can reach me at Shaheem at from the shore to Bmore.info, or you can reach DJ Boom at DJ Boom at from the shore.info. You can reach us on the show. You can also reach me on Instagram at LaFarin Shaheem. And also try my products for cannabis users on Hazy Trades, hazytrades.com. That's HAZYTRAYZ.com. And I'm constantly adding. There's going to be new stuff coming. I'm sure you're going to like something, all right?
Absolutely. I'm sure they will.
I'm sure they will. And until we see y'all next Sunday, 2 p.m., don't forget, people.
Right here
On From the Shore to Bmore. Make sure you subscribe.
2 to 3.
2 to 3. There you go.
Till next week, folks. Rest of the weekend.
Enjoy.